Hi fellow crafters, spring is finally in the air, and what comes to mind? Bright colors and florals. Today I have a triple fun fold card idea using my Framed Florets stamp set and some pieces of the In Color Designer Series paper. Once you learn this fun fold technique, the possibilities are endless. Shall we get started? If this is the first time you're visiting my channel, hi, I'm Terri from nutsaboutsstamping.com. I love sharing techniques and project ideas for rubber stamping, paper crafting, and scrapbooking with you each week. Be sure to hit the red subscribe button and the bell beside it so that you'll be the first to be notified when my next video goes live. Speaking of videos, be sure to watch all the way through this video for my bonus tips and design ideas. And if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator yet, I would love for you to choose me. I'll link to my online stores in the description box under this video. Now, let's get going with this fun fold. Let's start off with a quick peek at the Framed Florets stamp set with its delicate flowers that can be used alone for a simple, elegant look, or you can combine them together in a variety of ways for a fancy floral bouquet. Basically, it's up to you. And what I really like about this stamp set is that they have open line art images that can be custom colored using your favorite Stampin' Up! Coloring technique, which is what we're going to be doing today. You can pick your favorite florals, then add one of the sentiments for a handcrafted card that is really lovely for a variety of occasions. I'm going to start off by using one of the images in the Framed Florets stamp set. I'm going to ink it up and stamp it down using Memento Tuxedo Black ink. Because this is a little bit of a larger stamp, I'm going to press the ink pad down on the image, and then I want to stamp this image down towards the bottom of this layer so that I have room at the top for my phrase, which we'll do next. I've taken the "just a little reminder that you are loved" phrase, and I'm going to ink it up using the same ink, and I'm going to stamp it down at the top of this basic white layer. And now what I'm going to do is take some of my Stampin' Blends. So I have the light and dark Parakeet Party, which I'm going to use to color the leaves. And then I have the light and dark Tahitian Tide that I'm going to use to color the flowers. And then I have my dark Daffodil Delight, and that's what I'm going to use to color the flower centers. So I'll go ahead and color up this image, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like. And there we go. I just love that color combination. I think it's so pretty for spring. Now I'm going to layer this onto a square of Parakeet Party. And this is going to be part of the front of my card. And the next thing we want to do is create the fun fold. My card base is going to be Tahitian Tide. Now I've already gone ahead and cut it and scored it, but I'll walk you through. First of all, here's the measurements for this card base. And then once you have it cut and ready to go, let me just flip this around. You want to score it at 3/16 of an inch, so 3/16. Then you want to score it at 4. And then, let me just open up the ruler. And then you want to score it at 6 3/4. So I'll also link over to my blog article after this video is done, and you can get the measurements there again in case you missed them, or you can go back and watch that section of the video again. So that is going to create our fun fold. Now that we've got this all scored, it's time to fold it. And as you know, I've already gone ahead and done it, but basically you want to create your folds so that it creates the card base like this. So you're going to burnish each one of the score lines so that the card opens up like this. And now we're going to decorate it by using some pieces of the In Color Designer Series paper. I've decided to stick to the Tahitian Tide color theme. So this is almost like a monochromatic card. So I am going to adhere this strip here, and then I'm going to adhere this piece here, and then I'm going to adhere this piece here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll come back and tell you what we're going to do next. Okay, it's starting to take shape quite nicely. So we've got this like so. Now, obviously, if I open up the card, it's really hard, although it's not impossible, but it's quite difficult to write on this pattern paper. So we've got this panel that's left open, and what I'm going to do is adhere a piece of basic white on this panel so that there is room to write a message, or maybe add another stamped image, or whatever you want to add to this layer. Okay, the Fun Fold card is coming along nicely. Now, as you can tell, it's not going to stay closed very easily, so let's create a belly band to go around the Fun Fold to keep it closed for mailing or for tucking in an envelope. So I'm going to use, surprise, some Tahitian Tide leftover strip of cardstock, and I'm going to score it at 3 1/4 and at 7 and 7 1/2. Okay, so 3 1/4 and 7 1/2, and that's going to create a band to go around the entire card. Now I also have a quick tip for you. I would suggest that before you adhere the belly band shut and then assume it's going to slide over the card in its entirety, that you do it this way, and then I would use a little bit of the multi-purpose liquid glue and give yourself a little bit of, I guess, give in this so that it's not super tight. So I kind of measured it, and then I'm gently pushing this top layer back a little bit so that when this dries, it's not going to be so snug around the card that you can't slide it on and off. So I'm just going to hold this dry for a second, and then we'll come back and finish off the card. Okay, I think it's dry and ready to go to the next step. When I was holding it dry, I realized that the seam was at the front, so I slipped it off and spun it around and then put it back onto my card so that the seam would be at the back. And now we want to bring in the phrase and this beautiful flower that we've colored, and we're going to attach it to the card front, but only to the belly band. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put adhesive right on the belly band itself so that I don't make a mistake and put adhesive in the wrong spot on this layer. And then I will adhere this down and hold it until it's dry, which only takes a couple of seconds. So I will be back in a moment and we'll talk embellishments next. Okay, I think it's dry enough. And just to show, you can slide the belly band on and off the card. So we are good to go with that. And now I'm going to use 2 different kinds of embellishments on this card. I have these brushed brass butterflies, and I think they're super cute. So I'm going to pop a butterfly onto this layer. And then I have these heart pearls, and if you've been watching my recent videos, you'll see that I'm kind of crazy about these, or just crazy, but also about these. So I'm going to add some heart pearls to add a little bit of shine and visual interest to finish off the card. Would you like to see another Fun Fold card idea? Then why not watch this video next? And my card is done. If you would like a complete listing of the supplies that I used, the measurements for the layers, and the measurements for the score lines. I'll link to my blog post in the description box under this video. I'll also link to my online stores in case you want to purchase the products used to make this card. You can find the ordering numbers over on my blog. And I have one final question for you. What would you like me to feature next? If you have any suggestions, I welcome them. Leave your comment in the description box underneath this video. I'm Terri. I am nuts about stamping. I'll see you at the next video. Bye for now.